Yo, what's going on everyone? My name is WowShane. Welcome back to Your Favorite Game, the show where we talk about your favorite game. Today's favorite game is Skyrim, and who cares what it was originally released on because it's on everything now. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy what you watch. Today's guest is Wilhelm9218. Wilhelm, why don't you tell the wonderful people about your favorite game?
Hello. Yes, so my favorite game is actually Skyrim. And I know a lot of people like that game, but for me, the reason why even to this day, it's my favorite is probably because it's a comfort game for me. I actually started playing it when I was recovering from surgery years ago, and I didn't have a lot of opportunities to play a lot of video games growing up. So it was the first game I got to really just binge play for just days on end. So it has a special place in my heart because of that. So it's kind of like my go-to comfort game now.
Good old Skyrim, the game that never dies. The game you can play on a fridge, the game that's on every console imaginable.
Yes. The greatest thing Todd Howard has ever done.
Oh, he'll let you know that, yeah. What about Skyrim keeps bringing you back? What makes Skyrim your favorite game?
I think a lot of it is the nostalgia of it. But I do like that I've put thousands of hours into it, and I still haven't completely finished everything. I mean, I've done the main quest line, a couple of times, but I like that there's just so much to do, and I don't feel bored like I'm repeating the same thing over and over again. Every playthrough is just so vastly different than the last time I did it. So for me, there's always this new experience, even though it's an old game, and you might do the same thing over and over, and somehow I always end up playing, no matter what class I start at, I always end up playing just a sneaky little archer, sneaking around, picking people off with stealth. It always ends up the same way. But I think that's the thing that I really like, is that I don't get bored of it like I do a lot of other games where you've played it once, you know what's going to happen. So I think that's why I just keep coming back to it.
Speaking of being a sneaky little archer, how do you play Skyrim? What is your preferred way to play? Obviously archery, but do you ever go for tank builds or stealth? What do you do when you play Skyrim?
Typically, I'm very casual in my playing, so I don't always do lots of challenges like some people will do. The first time I ever played it, I kind of did a tank build, but after a while, I just kind of got tired of that. I typically will play an archer and stealth. I liked doing the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood, things like that. So that's typically how I like to play it. I have played it on the computer with a couple different mods and stuff, where I have done a challenge before. I actually did one on stream where I made a Hannibal Lecter character, and I only allowed myself to use a fork and a knife, and I think it's called Namira's Ring. If that's wrong, please just edit that out. And so all I had to live on was eating people, and then my only weapons were a fork and a knife. So that was probably my most bizarre thing I've done in Skyrim.
If you had to add something to Skyrim, considering this is probably one of the most modded games of all time, what would you add?
I feel like there's a mod out there for everything. But as far as things that were just already built into the game, I feel like I just want more marriage options. I don't know why. That's one of my favorite parts of the games, but I just feel so limited on who I can pick from. And I don't know why. I always pick Farkas for some reason. I don't know why. He's my lovable idiot husband. Is really why I pick him. But I want more marriage candidates and more followers that you could take with you. Because some people I just think would be the most interesting people, and to build a bigger party. Almost like Baldur's Gate. I'm trying to turn it into Baldur's Gate. But I want to be able to build a bigger party, have more followers. I feel like that would, and I know that there's lots of mods that will do these things, but as far as just vanilla Skyrim, I wish I could add that in.
There's probably also a mod that can do this. But what would you remove from Skyrim?
Okay, because I'm a scared little child deep down. I don't like things that scare me. And literally the only thing I could think of for this is I hate when the Draugrs, like their activation noise, they're like, oh, that they do. I get so scared when they do that. And I don't know why, like, I can't even play that game, like, in the dark. And this is why I don't play horror games, okay? Because I'm so easily startled. And I just want to take that sound out of the game because it freaks me out.
What are your favorite and least favorite parts about Skyrim?
I think the favorite would be just, like, you know, how many quests and side quests there are. Because I like just doing random stuff and avoiding the main storyline so I can do a bajillion side quests. So I like that and all the different directions you can take the game, that it doesn't keep you just like this is the one main quest line, there's multiple. And then my least favorite would be because I like things being so easy and I want to feel like a god when I play video games. It used to frustrate me with certain builds how long it would take before you could really do well in battles. Also, it's probably just my general lack of understanding on being good at video games. But I felt really squishy. Like really, really squishy, especially doing magic. There's a reason I don't do magic builds. I'm not good at figuring that out, and I just die constantly. And I want to feel like the Dragonborn, like the god that I am. So that would probably be my least favorite thing, is getting to that point without using mods or computer shortcuts, like putting it in god mode or something, to get to that point where I feel like I'm not gonna die if a wolf sneezes on me.
For this next question, you can choose to answer just one or both of them if you wish to. It's completely up to you. What is your second favorite game, and or what game would you compare to Skyrim?
See, that's a difficult one for me, because I'm actually always on the hunt for something that's similar to Skyrim, and I know there are some games out there. I don't really know what my second favorite would be. I know there's some other ones out there that are similar, but unfortunately I don't have a computer that can run it. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. I feel like it would be exactly up my alley, but that'll have to come either when it comes to a different platform, or I just had to get a new computer that has a graphics card that could do it.
I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Skyrim is the game that won't die. Name a console post 2010 Skyrim isn't on. We're going to be in 2070 and we're still going to be getting Skyrim. I don't know where this game stands on the best-selling video games of all time, but it has got to be up there somewhere because of just how available it is. You look at Minecraft, you look at GTA 5, Tetris, the games at the top of the top-selling games of all time, and it's because they're on everything. And Skyrim has got to be up there. And the reason that Skyrim is on everything is just because of how massive the game is and how much there is to do. I am personally not the biggest fan of Skyrim. I used to love Skyrim, but I'm more of an Oblivion guy myself. But I'm also not really the biggest fan of Bethesda. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would be singing Bethesda's praises and the crazy amount of details in the games and how massive the world is. But as of late, they have just shown that they're pumping games out for the money, and they're pumping games out to get people to buy them, which is again just about the money. I can't really phrase it any better than that. But I feel, even though it is a buggy mess, Skyrim was that cutoff point right before the quality took a massive drop. If you haven't played Skyrim, or seen someone play Skyrim, or know what Skyrim is, you gotta live under a rock. you already have your own opinion of this game. I like Skyrim. I always want to replay it, but I just never do. And I don't know. I don't know what else I could really say about Skyrim that hasn't been said 1,000 times already. Play it, don't play it, watch someone play it. In my opinion, good game. I'm kind of rambling, so go ahead and cut me off.
No, I was gonna say all that's completely valid, and I think that's what's funny too. We 100% know, like people who even are big fans of the game. We know 100% that Bethesda is just rolling out things for the money. Like the new edition of Skyrim that they put out. What was it, last year or year before? They made a special anniversary edition with very few things added. It was really just, will people buy the game again? And yeah, we did. So a lot of it is just they know people that love the game will pay for it in every shape and form. And it is a buggy mess. It's an absolutely buggy mess, but that's kind of, I don't know, I kind of find some of it endearing because it's just so broken, it's hilarious sometimes. And it's just super funny. And we actually named one of our cats Carjo after one of the Khajiit in the game. So we have our own Carjo that lives with us.
Something I wanted to bring up, but completely forgot to amidst my rambles. Two things. I've played Skyrim twice, like 2 separate playthroughs. One was on my release version on the 360, and one was on my PS4 version, the only 2 versions I own. So each time I've played Skyrim, I've bought a new copy of Skyrim, and I feel like if I ever play Skyrim again, I'm going to be buying the PC version of Skyrim. And the second thing is that Skyrim is such a massive game. I don't remember what year it came out. It was either 2010 or 2011. It was either October 10th, 2010 or November 11th, 2011. I'm not for sure. But it was a main selling point of the Nintendo Switch. 6 to 7 years after release, they were like, we got Skyrim on this thing. Buy our new console. That should just go to show how powerful the name Skyrim is. It eclipses Elder Scrolls as the series. It is Skyrim.
Absolutely, it does. And it's funny that you mentioned that about the different platforms, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of how many times I've bought Skyrim. Because my first time playing it was on the Xbox 360 version, and then I have it for my computer, and then I got the anniversary edition, and then next I was going to get it on my Switch. So I have too many versions of Skyrim.
Todd Howard will never agree to that.
He'll always be happy to take my money.
And with that, Wilhelm, tell the wonderful people where we can find you.
Yes, you can pretty much find me anywhere at Wilhelm9218. I use the same username, but my biggest things are my YouTube channel and my TikTok. So trying to grow those two.
Definitely go drop a follow and a sub on Wilhelm. And while you're here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Or if you're listening to this on Spotify, drop us a follow, rate the podcast 5 stars. Thank you, Wilhelm, so much for agreeing to be a guest. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great rest of your day.